Hello, it's me, Robin, with Simple Food, Simple Life. It's Friday. It really is Friday. And you know what that means? It's Friday Confab. Oh my gosh. This is actually, Friday's just becoming my favorite day. I have to say that. What do we do on Friday Confab if you're brand new? We just sit around the kitchen table and talk about stuff. That's pretty much it. It's not earth-shattering, but, you know, that's what people have always done. They sit around the table and they have a little confab. So that's what we're going to do. I got my coffee. You got your coffee? Got your tea? Got your Coca-Cola? Or your Dr. Pepper? Or your Sprite? My husband, God rest his soul, always drank 7-Up. He never drank cola. 7-Up was his thing. Well, and beer. Beer was his thing. Okay. I had something on my mind. I was going to talk to you about this. So you can chime in the comments and let me know what you think. And we'll just have a talk. I am giving myself a new challenge, personal challenge for February. So it's just some things in my life that I want to tweak and adjust. And they're not catastrophic things. They're not great big things, but I think they'll make a difference in the way I feel, in my health, and, you know, in my attitude. Let's put it like that. So I'll share that with you if it's okay. I am going to, for February, I am challenging myself to improve my flexibility. So I'm going to concentrating on my physical well-being because I think that's part of it. I think it's important to frugality is important to me, but it is also important. My physical well-being is important to me. And so I want to take care of myself physically in a frugal way. So does that make sense to you? So this is my personal challenge for February. I want to improve my flexibility, and that involves stretching. I have a stretching routine that I devised myself quite a long while ago. And I'm not big for exercise, you know, exercise. I've never enjoyed that, even when I was in high school. You know, we did it because we had to, but I didn't really like it. I was in GAA. Do you know what that is? Girls Athletic Association. And because I wanted to try things when I went to high school. So I played, you know, GAA after school. We did field hockey when the weather permitted and all kinds of things. But I just wasn't a person to love physical exercise. I'm active and I always stay moving and I stay busy. But as for, you know, physical exercise, jumping jacks, burpees, and all that, no. I've done it, but no. But I devised a stretching routine for me. And so I go downstairs in the family room in the basement, and I take out my yoga mat, and because I'm not a yoga expert or anything, but I take out my yoga mat, and I have 2 5-pound weights, hand weights, and I spread that out. I start out with breathing, deep breathing. I like the count of 7 for everything, and I do deep breathing, exhaling, and just clearing my mind and concentrating. I don't have I've eliminated any distraction like my phone, music, TV, none of that. It's just quiet. I put on my electric fireplace, which is pretty, and sometimes if it's chilly down there, it's nice to have. And it's just me, the yoga mat, and the weights. Now, I literally start with breathing, upper body movement, my shoulders, and then I really physically I work my way down so that I end up on the floor and I end up stretching all areas of my body. And then, of course, being able to get back up. And then I have a short routine that I do with my 5-pound weights in order to keep the strength in my arms and my wrists. And because, I'm a delicate flower and stuff. And I need that. It's not easy being a delicate flower. You have to know. It is not easy. So that's what I'm doing. Now, how do I gauge my flexibility? I have a rule of thumb in order to gauge my own flexibility. And that is, if I can get down on the floor without help and get back up off of the floor without help, that is the gauge for my flexibility. Then I know that I'm doing okay. Okay, so that's for me. But it is a good rule of thumb. Can you get down on the floor and without help, and can you get back up without help? And if it's difficult for me, then I know, like if I've got too many aches and pains, and it's like if it's difficult, I probably am not paying attention to my own physical flexibility, and that I need to get back to my stretching routine and strengthening my arms and hands, etc. So, and I was kind of getting to that place because I was getting lazy about it. I would do it once in a while, but not consistently every day. So my personal challenge is to do my stretching routine and the weights 6 days a week. The best time for me is in the morning. Otherwise, the day goes on, and you know how we are. We put things off and then we don't do it at all. So that is the first thing on the list. So I've been really good for February. It's been pretty awesome. And I feel better. And I was thinking the other day, I thought, you know what? You're so silly. Whenever you keep your stretching routine, you feel better. Why don't you continue to do the things that make you feel better physically and it makes you feel better mentally too? So that's just dumb. It's dumb on my part that I don't do it. So, and I have a place to do it. It's really stupid of me. I mean, I don't know how else to put it. It's just stupid of me. So I want to do that for the month of February, and that is to get into the daily routine of doing the stretching exercises, paying attention to my flexibility, using my weights, and so that I can continue it in through the rest of 2025, because we want to take care of our physical health. Now, if you have a routine like that, let us know about it, because I think it would be great to share that. If you cannot get down on the floor, if there's things that you can do, what you can do, if it's something you want to do, even if it's sitting in a chair, do what you can do. If you don't have weights, you can fill up a milk jug with some water, and I think a half-a-gallon milk jug would weigh like 4 pounds, I think. I've used those in the past, so go ahead. But I'm just going to get my strength up. You tell me if that's something you're going to do or you would like to do. Maybe we can share some experiences together and see how that works out. Because, the more we know. Now, so getting down on the floor, getting back up, that's a good gauge. And I believe, even if you're not doing any stretching or exercise, test yourself. I honestly believe it's good to get down on the floor at least once every day. Get down on the floor and get back up without help and see how that makes you feel, or if you can. So, but be safe about it. Don't be crazy about it. I mean, we wouldn't want to be crazy, would we? Okay. Another thing that I have a personal challenge over the holidays, I kind of got away from being consistent about taking my vitamins every day. And that's something I feel like, that's just silly not to do it. So I thought, no, I have to establish a particular time when I take my vitamins rather than not take them at all, or just forget about them and not do it. So I want to make sure that I do that. So I've been really good about that, especially for the month of February. I started towards the end of January being consistent. So I was going to show you here. This is the box, the basket that I keep my vitamins in. I also keep my aspirin in this. I have my aspirin. I have a pill crusher, because sometimes for my little dog. And so this was actually a box that I had that I cut the flaps off of, and then I reinforced the box. I had leftover fabric from curtains I made, and this is just cheap twine and toilet paper rolls that are flat. So I made this box, you can see, just for the fun of it. It's an as-built. I just built it as I went, and it turned out great. And I've got this great basket to keep my vitamins in up on the top shelf of my cupboard, so it's just easy to pull out. I can take them. Now, so that's what I have in there. If you want to see, this is what I take. Which it may be significant of nothing. I don't know. I take aspirin as needed. That's the only over-the-counter, any kind of pain medication I ever take. I've got some quercetin, which I take as needed, if there's bugs going around and stuff. I take B12 if I'm on days when I'm not eating meat or not eating hardly any. I have a B12. I've got some zinc, which I take every day. I've got a vitamin D3, that's daily. And I have vitamin C, and which I take every day. And not every day, but I do take fish oil. Yesterday I ate some tuna, so I didn't take a fish oil capsule. But it's supposed to be good for your heart, your joint, and your skin health. These are Rexall brand. In case you didn't know, Dollar General sells Rexall brand because actually Rexall brand is now exclusive. I think I read that to Dollar General. So that's what these have always held me in good stead. I guess you could pay more for them, although I think they're costly enough no matter what. But it's, what's your health worth, really? I used to take, once in a while, I would take some probiotics, but you know what? I started getting heartburn from these, so it's kind of strange. So every once in a while, I break apart one of these capsules. Let's see, are they still capsules? Yeah. No, they're just small pills, I think. Let me see. They're just a small pill. I will crush that up and put it in Sadie's food sometimes because, she's a stomach issue. Speaking of Sadie Mae, I went to pick up her medication yesterday. She takes Apoquel, a half tablet, every day. And these have gone from $74 for 40 to yesterday they were $82. for $8 more than the last time I bought them. So they have to be cut in half, so that gives her 80 doses. But I said, wow, those have gone up. And she says, oh, I know. I'm not going to second guess anything there. I've gone to that vet for years for my critters. Started going there when we had actually before that, but going back many, many years ago. I've always gone to them, and yeah. So I did write it down on my expenses because, you know, it's gone up. So that means my expenses have gone up as well, but that's okay. Anyway, I just wanted to show you that and bore you with that because, you know, just in case. If you take vitamins, what vitamins do you take? What do you have a certain brand that you like? Do you take daily vitamins? Do you take one a day? I've tried to take like a daily vitamin, just everything in one, but it upsets my stomach so badly I can't do it. I don't know what it is about it. I've tried it for years, but I can't do it. So I know it sounds kind of silly, but I just take all of those. So one thing too, I had to make some notes for myself because I didn't want to forget. And this may sound silly to you, but that's okay. I weigh myself every day, and I gained the 10 pounds over the holidays and since, you know, the weather's gotten colder. And so I'm still working on that to get that off because I know that I feel better when I'm not carrying around that extra weight. So I weigh myself every single day. I write it down. And and I also write down what I eat. I kind of got away from that over the holidays because, you know, I didn't want to face the truth. I couldn't handle the truth. And so, but I write down what I eat. And so I've really gotten back on track with that, writing down what I eat every day. Why do I do that? Why did I start doing that? Because I started it a long time, actually several years ago, because after, you know, the vid and after I had the long haulers and I was just, so in a bad way, I realized there's this connection. You know how we're always told, oh, you're at an extra weight, it's just water weight. But here's the thing that that I realized there's this connection. Water weight, and I want to look this up because I want to make sure that I had it correct. Water weight is what they call it's edema, right? And there's this connection because there's a reason why we retain fluid. And so I realized, and just from reading and just logically thinking, that edema, water weight, is the result of acute, that means bad, acute inflammation, a response triggered by damage to living tissues. And I was thinking, how amazing is it? Isn't there a reason why you can weigh yourself one day? And let's say one day you weigh 159 pounds. And then the next day you can get up in the morning, or 2 days later, all of a sudden you weigh 164 pounds. And it's like, what? What's that? What the heck? And, you know, that's not necessarily calories, or it's not necessarily because you ate too much. And that is edema. That's water retention. That's edema. And that is a result of acute inflammation. And that's our immune system responding to damage to living tissues. It's the immune system trying to help us and protect us. So I thought, no, there's the reason why that is happening That is true. And the reason why that is happening is because it's my immune system telling me, you know what, there's a problem here and we're trying to protect you. And so maybe you need to kind of look at things. Maybe it's a lack of activity. Maybe it's something I've done. Maybe I have a bug. I don't know. But I think that by my writing down my weight and seeing that drastic fluctuation and also writing down what I eat, sometimes I can connect that to maybe a food that I have eaten that maybe has caused that inflammation, or maybe I'm eating too much of one particular thing that is having an adverse effect on me. I'm not a doctor. I don't play one on TV. I don't know about any of those things, and I certainly never claim to have those that education or those skills. But I think it is important that we know our own bodies and know what when we feel bad, and maybe by writing down my weight and writing down what I eat, I can kind of correlate in there. This maybe I shouldn't, maybe I shouldn't have that. Maybe that's having an adverse effect on me, and I should change things up. Maybe just monitor that a little bit and see what happens. That's just me. That's just how my mind works. What do you think? Is that something that you think of? I don't know. Am I weird? Okay, don't answer that. One time when my second son was little, he was in grade school. He says, you're not like other moms. And I said, what do you mean I'm not like other moms? I said, I'm in the parents group. I bake cookies. I help out at school parties. I'm a den mother. What do you mean I'm not like other moms? And he says, you're a good mom. You're just not like other moms. I said, okay. So, yeah. Oh, okay, that's enough of that. Hey, do you guys celebrate Valentine's Day? My husband and I never celebrated Valentine's Day because, frankly, I think Valentine's Day is a ripoff. I think it's a grift. I think it's a scam. And so we never celebrated Valentine's Day in any way. On Valentine's Day, he'd say, will you be my Valentine? And I said, yes, I'll be your Valentine. Will you be my Valentine? And he said, yes, I will. He said, and then it was like, happy Valentine's Day, and off we go to work. It was, I looked this up. I think this is interesting. It says the average person spends around $175.45 each Valentine's Day. This is from fullywested.com. It also says with men spending twice as much on average than women. So $235 versus $119. Valentine's Day. It's a ripoff. So my frugal nature does not let me spend a bunch of money on it. That's craziness. One time, I do have a video on making a Valentine pizza out of flour tortilla for Valentine's. Valentine's. My granddaughter was young then and we made it. It was fun. But remember, if you're like me and you're a seasoned citizen and you had kids that, I don't know, do they still celebrate Valentine's Day in grade school? That's craziness. I know they sell a lot of stuff. Everything is Valentine oriented. It's just like, the stores are full of Valentine stuff. And it was like, it's craziness. My first husband used to, on Valentine's Day, he would get me a heart Valentine box of chocolate, you know, one of those fancy schmancy boxes. It's like, yeah, we can afford that. Anyway, he would get that. I ended up getting hardly any of the chocolate because everybody else ate it. And then I thought, why are you getting me this on Valentine's Day? You treat me like crap for the rest of the time. What's this? So, see? And women, why do women put so much pressure on men to remember them at Valentine's Day? I think it's craziness. And then they end up spending money that they don't have because they feel pressure to spend it on the person, less significant other. And I think it's craziness. I think it's craziness. I think we ought to skip that Valentine's Day. And then people who don't have a Valentine feel bad. They feel so bad because nobody loves them. Okay. We need to move on. Move on from Valentine's Day. I'm just saying. It's just to make money. It's for corporations to make money off of you that you can't afford to spend. So zip it. Zip it in the bud. Nip it. Isn't that what Barney Fife used to say? Nip it in the bud. So nip it. I had to share that with you. Not that it is consequential, but I just wanted to bring that up because Valentine's Day is coming up. Take a stand. Say, no Valentines. No Valentines. And if you want to celebrate Valentine's, stay home and eat. Like I said, make a Valentine pizza. Make a Valentine cookie for your Valentine. You know the way to a guy's heart's through his stomach, so they say. I don't know. But it's like, rebel. Rage against the machine and say, no Valentine's Day. It was horrible when the kids were in school and I had my kids in school and everybody had to make a Valentine box. And then they had to take it to school, and then you had to buy all these Valentines. And then you had to help them fill it out. And then, as I was a volunteer, I had to make treats to take to school for the party. And it was, word. And then what happens? Eventually, it all just goes in the garbage. All goes in the garbage. No good, no good. So that's it. No more What do you think about Valentine's Day? Let me know. We got to talk about this because some of these are just absolutely too much. It's beyond the pale. And if it's beyond the pale, that's a bridge too far. You ever notice I have a lot of quotes and colloquial phrases that are so old? That's because I'm old. And I know stuff. Oh my gosh. All right. That's it for me today. I just thought I wanted to talk about that stuff. And so I thought I'm going to go for it. Go for it. Okay. All right. I hope you guys have a great, great Friday. I hope you have a tremendous weekend. Let me know in the comments. Do you have a personal challenge for February? Because what day is this? This is February. Is it February 7th? It is. It's February 7th already. So just let me know what you're up to. And I hope you have a fabulous weekend. I hope you just enjoy yourself and do whatever you do and enjoy your family and just enjoy being with yourself. Okay. All right. I love you guys. You know I do. As always, you know that little is much when God is in it. Okay. All right. Take care of yourself. Come back and see me. Talk to me in the comments. And hopefully I will see you on Monday for Let's Make Some Food. I might be doing some ingredient prep for Monday. We will see because you know I did that big shop this past week, and I've got carrots and celery and onions and all kinds of things that I might want to get those things ready to put in my freezer so I can have ingredients to make some really good food. So, all right. Love ya. I'll talk to you later. Bye.